let this do its thing. Oh, we got a second trip coming. Ah! What was that? All right. The torque spec for this is tighten, 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 tighten. It gets loose. Back it off a half turn. Then you're good. But in this video, I'm gonna show you what I consider to be one of the most frustrating oil changes of any vehicle that I have ever owned personally. It's currently 100 degrees outside here in my garage in Utah. It's been very hot this week. The oil temperature in the truck as I just drove, it's about 215. So, you know, OSHA would classify what I'm about to do as potentially an occupational hazard. But nonetheless, you want that oil real nice and thin so you get it all out. I don't know if they were going for the equivalent of the BP oil spill in terms of cumulative amount of gallons spilled for every owner who changes his or her own oil. But as you'll see when we dive into this, it's a huge pain in the butt. So well, let's go ahead and get started. Step one, you gotta find the noisemaker in your garage. Here we go. You want to piss off your neighbors, just roll this bad boy down the concrete sidewalk at 10 p.m., I guess, any time of day for that matter, really. All right, now technically, you probably don't need to jack the truck up, but I've got a pretty large nose and I like the clearance. Plus, I might rotate the tires. So let's go ahead and get this thing jacked up. Step two, find yourself some jack stands. I don't want this to be my actual last video. And let's be real, if I drop the car on myself and I need to rely on my lovely wife to bring it off me in a very short amount of time, there's a high probability that she will panic and will not get the jack up. So if you're watching this, I love you. Thanks for the view. Otherwise, let's keep going. All right, let's get to the jack stands. Get yourself some big ones. These little puny car jack stands, that's not what you want. You want the big 6 tons, because let's be real, Harbor Freight, their factor of safety probably ain't what they mentioned. So you might as well get 4 of these 6-ton jack stands. All right, now that we got her thoroughly jacked up and extra tall, that's how we know we're man's man. We'll crawl under there and I'll show you why this thing is such a pain in the B-U-T-T. I gotta make sure this is okay for the kids, so I'm gonna have to spell the words out. Crawling, 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 should invest in a creeper, but don't. All right, okay. Now, you can see the drain plug. You might be thinking to yourself, well, man, guy who I just saw for the first time on YouTube channel. My name's Bill, by the way. That doesn't look so bad. It's totally accessible, but wait, look. Look where they placed it. Look where they placed it. Now look, okay, ready? You can see it, and sway bar. And you can see it, and sway bar. Now, you don't have to have a master's in computational fluid dynamics to know that when you undo this, you're gonna get a nice splash. You're gonna hit right here, and it's gonna go that way. And it's gonna go this way, and it's gonna go all those ways, and it's gonna end up all down on the floor. We're gonna try and take this bottle of vinegar right here, cut her all up, make her a little funnel, and see if we can't direct the flow down in the pan a little better. So, where do I start? Let's grab a knife and go to it here. Oh yeah, let's see, we probably want to give her like one of these, like some Bob Ross paint here. Just give her a nice little, right like that, maybe. Probably want an actual knife rather than just a razor blade. There we go. All right, so now maybe we're gonna try and shove that in there, and we'll see if that's gonna work. Might work, I don't know. So I try to fidget this stupid thing up in here every which way, and I don't think it's gonna work. Look, I'm being actually honest. When you do this, it hits that sway bar and it goes everywhere. And I'm almost thinking both of my tires are suspended. I am gonna, for the first time in the history of oil changes in cars, I'm going to undo the sway bar to change the oil. That's right. Thank you Dodge. Thank you Ram. My plastic idea is not going to work, but we'll save that because when you see where the oil filter is, Trust me, we're gonna need it. Now that you've comically removed your sway bar, look at this safety. Like I said, this oil's real hot. You're gonna need your 13 millimeter. Get your power tools out of the way there. You should probably really have gloves on. This is where you get to guess how far it's gonna squirt. Oh God. Oh God. I hate this part. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh, it's hot. Oh, it's so hot. Oh God. Oh yeah. Woo. All right, look. Look, all things considered, that wasn't too bad. Okay, we didn't drop the phone in the oil. We didn't drop the drain plug in the oil. We burned the hands. Hands are burnt. All right, look, everyone knows you get the rags before you undo the plug, but what happens? You get underneath the car, you're like, well, I'm here. Let's undo it, and then you need the rags. Oh, and you always change out your nice clothes. Didn't do that either. All right, let's let this do its thing. Oh, we got a second trip coming. Ah! What was that? All right, come on, calm down, none of that. None of that. You better not hit that frickin' sway bar. All right, pro tip, wear gloves. Second pro tip. I shouldn't have to tell you this, but let's be real. You're watching a video on how to change oil on YouTube, so you might not have all the information. Okay, go on, pop your hood at this point. Let's see here, hold on. You got to find it. Pow. All right, pop your hood. Okay, now you wanna go ahead and undo where you put the oil in. Now, because you jacked your truck up on jack stands, or you put some stupid tall lift on it, I bet you can't reach where you gotta put the oil in. Huh. Lucky for me, I'm extra tall. Oh yeah. Okay, go ahead and crack that bad boy loose. Just like that. Make sure you retorque that to 36.7 inch-pounds when you're done. Okay, now that you've waited a sufficient amount of time, or at least until you got tired of waiting, it's time to put the drain plug back in. Now remember, the torque spec for this is tighten, 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 tighten. It gets loose, back it off a half turn, then you're good. All right, here's your Lincoln Tech tip for the day. Go ahead and find that razor blade that you lost. Get yourself a nice sturdy box. Cut her up like so. Okay, this is gonna be your muse. Okay, so the argument could be made at this point that I'm a genius. You're gonna wanna take your very expensive, nice smooth cardboard, you wanna bend it all up, shove it up in there. There's no really right way to do this, and I know that because I've never done it before. But you know what? I really don't think I could make more of a mess than I normally make, so we're just gonna set the camera off to the side. We're gonna try to unscrew this thing and see what happens. Maybe it'll be funny, maybe it'll work. Oh, I feel oil. Oh God. Oh my goodness, it's actually working. Holy crap, look at that. This means I didn't loosen it enough. So now I gotta wedge my hand up there some more and loosen it more. But notice, it's actually coming down the cardboard. It's not spilling all over everything. Now there'll be a crucial point where I'll have to take it off in my hand and it'll burn really bad and I'll spill a lot of oil. That'll be here in a minute. I cannot stress how hot the oil is. I should really be wearing a glove. Oh, maybe I'll do that. Oh God, I'll be back. All right, now that I've put the glove on after all the oil's come out, we can continue loosening. This might actually be the best oil change I've ever done in my entire life. I have to retitle this entire video. The oil filter. Maybe this was the best design that Ram ever had. It's actually holding the filter by the wiring and allowing it to pour out. Maybe this is what they were going for. I don't know. No, it probably wasn't. They're not that smart. Oh God. Oh God. It's so hot. I can't pour it all at once. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Carefully pour your oil in your pan like that. Now, if you were to drop this in at this instant, this would no longer be a child-friendly video. Grab yourself a nice solid Mobil 1 filter, just like so. It's the Mango Uno 3 Abracadabra. I want to go ahead and fill that up with some nice 5W20 advanced full synthetic for NASCAR, so you know it's good. All right, let's go ahead and give it the long pour, aka the short pour. Now remember, just, oh God, not my best work. Remember, this thing needs to be as tight as humanly possible. You want to feel like if you moved any more, you would either break your wrist or snap the oil filter off. That's how tight you want to go. So just don't forget that. Never want it too loose. Some people say half turn plus 3/4, whatever. No. As tight as humanly possible. If you can find a way to weld rubber to steel, that's how tight you want to go. All right, we've got her fully full. Now we'll go under there, get some of that nice hot oil, burn my finger again, rub it around there, throw her back up on there, and we're ready to add oil. 7 quarts. Well, there you go, everybody. Nice little how-to. Turned out not to be the worst oil change in the world. No thanks to this guy. Hope you guys learned something there, had a little fun. If you've got a Ram like this one, let me know what you think about changing the oil. Do you think it's the worst? Is there a worse car? Let me know in the comments. All right, guys, that's it for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe.